Hello all, welcome back to the 5-Minute Tech channel. Today we will be talking about GraphQL, which is a query language for APIs. It was originally designed by Facebook, and GraphQL is a flexible system for requesting data that focuses on pinpoint requests and delivering exactly what is required. Adaptability is one of its features, wherein the client decides what data they want. Efficiency, it delivers exactly what the client requests without overfetching, and it has the flexibility wherein it is cross-platform and supports more than a dozen languages. The benefits of GraphQL is no overfetching and underfetching issues which we generally face in API calls. It is faster than other communication APIs because it facilitates you to cut down your request query. It is best for the complex systems and microservices where you have multiple services communicating with each other. It is hierarchical structure where relationship between objects are defined in a graphical structure. So what are the building blocks of GraphQL? The first part is the schema. There is one and only one endpoint in GraphQL which we call. This endpoint exposes a schema, and there are a number of different schemas that can be defined that is used to let the API consumer know the functionality available for clients to consume. A schema contains query, mutations, and a subscription. A query enables you to consume data efficiently. You can write the query as you wish to fetch the data. Mutations are used to send data to the server, and the subscription allows server to send data to its client. What are GraphQL object types? They are the most fundamental components of GraphQL schemas, and in turn they are used to represent the type of object you can retrieve from your API. Now object types in GraphQL are represented by GraphQL.types.object_graph_types, which I'll be demonstrating in some time, which is a class and contains fields and methods. So I'll be demonstrating an application which is using GraphQL and the basic communication that happens between the client and the GraphQL runtime, which is you could provide a query input and it returns your JSON result. So switching over to the Visual Studio, if you see on the right side you have a simple ASP.NET Core Web API project which has this structure. Before getting into the structure, let's go back to the SQL Server Object Explorer, where I have created certain set of tables. So I've created 3 tables: the book table, the book publishers, and the publisher. So book and publishers are connected to the book publisher table. So I'll just quickly demonstrate the data which is there inside this. So book has these set of data, whereas the publisher has this set of data. These two are connected through a book publisher table, right? So moving on to the next part is the code setup project. To start with, we create entities through the EF core, wherein we have generated the particular models and we have generated the context which the EF core needs. Next is the definition of repositories. So book repository is something wherein we can define different methods that can be used for fetching different entity values. So if you want to get the book by ID, get the books info, or get the publisher info by book ID. So this implements an interface iBook repository which is used by your book info type. Here are the set of dependencies which we have injected in the project. So the book info type inherits from object graph type, which represents a default class for all objects that is having their own property output graph types. So the book info type implements object graph type for the type book, and it has set of properties which is exported through this. The book query internally defines the object graph type of object, and it has a book query constructor which takes in iBook repository and returns 2 types of fields, which is book info type and a list graph type of book info type. We also have schema, which provides a particular set of the book query which we have defined just now. And we have defined a basic set of GraphQL queries like operation name, property, named query, and variables. We also have the publisher type for each book, which has a publisher ID, name, email and phone number. So we will be running this application now. So if you see here, I'm trying to fetch a book with book ID 1, and when I hit that, I'll be hitting the result. And let's do a quick watch on this to see exactly what's happening. We are getting the data with the author Melinda Davis, and this is the details. And if we come, so if you see here, if we come back and see here in the data, we are having the same data coming as the first row. So that was a quick presentation about GraphQL. I hope you liked the video. If you like the video, do press like and subscribe to the channel, and you have a fantastic day ahead.